Hello everybody and welcome back to another wonderful episode of Guapish Rule 34. As always, I'm your host Tanner, and today I'm joined by my lovely co-host Nico.
Dude, I hate ranking things. I hate it. I'm not a big fan. Personally, I don't see any reason to put one thing over the other at all, you know? I think that all things should be valued equally.
You are a dirty, filthy relativist. Also joining us is special co-host Jackson.
Hello, I'm here, and I'm not queer. 2
and
weeks
this time
in a
around, he's
row.
making an effort to, really cut down the clicking noises. The clicking noises that people have been so incessant down in the comments about. We're trying to get rid of them. We're doing our best here, okay?
No,
Do you know who's really insistent about it? Our patron, Jacob Edwards.
Holy shit. Our patron.
That's
Wait,
right.
Tanner, we finally have a patron?
We have a person has paid us $1, and his name is Jacob Edwards, and we're saying it here on the podcast because that's one of the perks when you subscribe to us on Patreon.
Yeah, I'm sure he really loves when you put your mic super up close to your mouth like that when you're talking about him, too.
This is just to make sure that I enunciate properly. Also, I think it cuts down on the echo.
I think it adds a lot more issues, though, is the problem.
Really? What's going wrong here?
I'm sure that's going to be, really blowing out your fucking audio because of that.
It doesn't look too bad to me, but I don't know. Whatever.
We can give it a shot this episode. We'll see how it goes.
I mean, I've done episodes where I've had it up here with me.
No, have you? Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Personally,
Yeah.
I feel like we should announce the patrons at the very end. Since it's a special occasion, I think it's okay. But generally, I feel like it makes sense.
Since we only have one, we can do it up front.
Yeah, we can do it
do
whenever,
like our own
honestly.
ID.
Jacob Edwards, we can say your name whenever we want at this point. You are a supporter of Patreon now. Of Guapish.
What's
we're
his
gonna
his
say-
full last name? Is that what they requested?
That's what his username on Patreon is, so that's what I'm going with.
It's a fake
Okay.
name, actually.
Yeah.
I think it might be, but
Do you know him at all,
We're not
Tanner?
trying to dox you.
I don't know if I know it. He's a friend of a friend at the very least.
Oh, okay, gotcha. How did he find out about the Patreon? Did he just randomly come upon Guapish and he was like, yeah, I like these guys, I'm gonna give him $1? Or were you in a server with him and he was like, you guys should watch this movie, and you're like, well, if you really want us to watch it, you can request it if you subscribe to our Patreon.
That may be exactly what happened. I was playing League with a bunch of my League friends, and then when we were taking a break because someone was going to get dinner, we all watched The Cube together. And then, I was talking about why I was watching The Cube, of course, and then, I just went, well, if you want to suggest your own movies, $1 on Patreon. He was like, fuck it, sure. That's funny.
There we go.
And there you go.
And he's never even going to redeem his slime coins. What's up with that?
He's probably not, honestly. It's a bummer.
Unfortunate. I do have one topic I would like to dive into real quick.
Okay, let's hear it.
We need to get real serious for this part, though. Everyone, I'm making a proclamation as an elder Zoomer. I'm declaring this right now. I want it to spread across the internet wide and far to all Zoomers. This is a mandate that I think needs to happen. We are taking back the word retard. We are going to bring it back into the common parlance. We are going to say retard again, just like our forefathers did, goddammit. So saith I, Tanner Nikolai, 24-year-old Zoomer, and certified retard.
I'm personally a big fan
I'm with
of
this
that.
guy.
I enjoy the word. I feel like there are many instances that'll come up where no other word is as succinct as retard is to describe that current situation or person,
Retard was truly stolen from us, and I think it's time for us to take it back.
Yeah.
That's
Nothing else
my
just
basic
really...
pitch.
Nothing else fits,
Yeah. Nothing is quite as emotionally relieving when you're in a stressful situation as to just say this shit is retarded.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of this personally. I'm a big fan. I know that Jackson is as well. He uses it constantly too. He said it many times on this show, and we've called him out on it.
But now we're not doing that.
Yeah, I think he's feeling vindicated at this point.
That's right. We're
You
doubling
guys have
down
called
now.
me out on this before?
Yes,
Probably.
we have. And
This
you
is
were
part-
asking what the problem with it was.
This is a staple. Oh yeah, I remember that controversy now. Yeah. This word is a staple of my vocabulary. Regardless of what people think, I'm always just going to say this.
I'm putting it in the fucking title of this podcast episode too. We're going. In fact, meme time. We're going full retard. That's the title of the episode. We're going full retard.
So much of this episode is going to be just about us fucking doing the amendment shit. Which, by the way, we're doing the amendment shit today. And that just doesn't describe it at all. But all the power to you, man.
Yeah, you know. Can I just real quick before we do the amendment? We did kind of watch a movie with a retard in it. We did.
Do you want to do Guapish at the movies first?
I thought we discussed it, that we're always just going to do it first.
I don't think we did discuss that at all.
We totally did. We literally did, like, last episode, did we not?
No, we just decided to do it first last episode.
But I had mentioned us doing it first every time so that it makes it easier when we go out and do links. Tana's, like, fucking whispering in the microphone right now, doing something. But yeah, we, like, mentioned it so that when we do the links eventually on the website or something, I mean, they already exist. It's a lot easier to, you know, have to go and, like, search halfway through the episode. It's just right there at the start.
I think you had said that, like, in passing. I don't think it was, like, a serious thing we'd really considered at all.
I said that
Can
very
you two
seriously.
retards shut the fuck up? We're gonna do Guapish at the movies!
Whoa! I was trying to think of a song to do here, but I immediately started defaulting to the Jurassic Park theme again. I
default to that one too. Here, let's redo that one. I'll say Guapish at the movie. Can you do like do Danger Zone, I guess? Guapish at the movies.
I can't like sing the lyrics because then we'll get copyright struck.
You could have done like the intro little thing where it's like dun, 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 and then I'll play it over that part. Anyway, I guess let's do the movie with the retard in it first.
All right. Sounds
and what
good.
movie was that, Jackson?
Sorry, I'm making an effort to mute myself every single time I use my mouse. But I'm having to use my mouse a lot for when I'm editing the code for the website to get the rankings of these movies. So excuse me. But yeah, the first one we're looking at here is Cube, 1997. There we go. Not The Cube, it's just Cube.
It's just Cube?
It's just Cube. There's 2 sequels of this movie actually as well. We'll see if we'll ever watch those.
Do they star any of the same people?
I have no idea. I know the second one's called Cube Squared though, which is funny.
Yeah, it's a pretty good name. I like that one.
Is the third one called Cubed, though?
I don't think it is. It's some bullshit. It's like Cube,
It's
like,
some bullshit.
Yeah, it's like Cube Reloaded or something like that.
That's so fucking dumb.
Yeah. So the thing about Cube, guys, why are they in cubes to begin with? What's the deal with that? Why are they there?
I feel like they left it pretty purposely ambiguous in this film.
What's the deal with that? I feel like films should never do that sort of thing. They should always give us all of the answers that we crave, you know? Nothing should be open-ended at all.
Nico is a massive fan of midichlorians.
Yes, sir. I'm a big fan of them little fucking slugs or whatever. Are they slugs? I don't remember. They're like some like bug.
They're like microorganisms that live in everything's blood. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, our Cube.
Yeah, Cube. Does anyone have anything to say about Cube?
I don't have a ton to say about Cube, honestly.
Yeah.
This movie is pretty cut and dry. I mean, the whole point of it is supposed to be like a moral metaphor of some bullshit because there's the different types of people. Obviously, there's some symbolism with the retard at the end getting out, and the fucking leader sacrificing things. But yeah, it's pretty poorly executed. The fucking acting in the movie is horrible. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's real bad. I didn't expect it to be so bad.
I like how Quentin was like overacting so much more than the rest of them, though.
Yeah,
like most of them were at like a 4 or 5. He was at like an 11 the entire movie. He was going out of his mind.
It doesn't like fit at all, too. Like it would have been better if he was also just at a 4 because it just seems really out of place. But yeah.
I thought the gore effects were pretty good.
Some of them were good.
You're right. Some of the Wren or whatever the fuck his name was, him getting his face melted off. That looked really good. The guy who in the intro of the movie got cubed, that was rough.
Yeah.
That was rough looking.
That was the moneymaker, though. That was the shot that was supposed to get ass in the seats, man.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of getting asses in the seats, how about that main girl, dude? Whoo-wee.
She's a child, man. I don't know that.
She's not.
I'm pretty sure they're all adults, probably.
Yeah, probably.
At what point during Guapish at the movies are we going to start ranking the main women leads? Do a tier list.
I mean, we can literally start whenever we want.
I'll have to add this to the website.
I don't know if this is the woman I want to start with, though.
No.
To be honest.
I mean, we'd start with like all of them. We like retroactively begin. You know?
Oh God. Okay.
Like it's not like we're like starting off here and then we're like ignoring all the past ones. We're not gonna do that, Dan.
What if that's something we do for Guapish 100? We retroactively create the woman co-star tier list or whatever the fuck.
Maybe it'll be for the Guapish 5-year special. I feel like that'd be a bit better.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's 3 years in the future, and we're not going to remember that.
Well, I'm talking about Guapish
whatever.
as like the channel, not like the.
Oh.
Yeah, not like the fucking.
Is that this upcoming
month?
I mean, is that in a month?
It's like in a few weeks or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
then,
it's after
sure.
episode 100. They almost lined up, but not quite.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought one thing that stood out to me and the group of friends that were watching the movie was like the camera shake on this entire film is very distracting.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like camera shake, it's just like it's like a guy he's constantly in motion with the camera no matter like how steady the scene is supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's very distracting.
They just felt like they need something to happen, you know? A lot of the scenes, there's not a lot going on throughout most of this movie, so they need, like, something, you know?
How did you guys feel about, like, the big surprise in the movie with Quentin, like, kind of turning from seemingly, like, more of a protagonist into an antagonist?
It felt fairly expected, I'd say, overall.
Really?
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it at all.
Oh, okay.
I think it seemed pretty natural, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would say I expected it to happen, but I think it maybe a little sudden.
What exactly was he like? Lets Holloway just drop, and that felt kind of out of nowhere, in my opinion.
That did absolutely feel like completely out of nowhere. I could tell that like he was becoming like, you know, tensions were rising. He was definitely going to be snapping at some point.
Yeah, he's been there for a while.
But
he had beef with this chick.
Dropping her felt really weird in that moment because it felt like it didn't. There wasn't enough that happened to warrant him doing it yet.
Right.
I think it's more trying to say, I'm gonna put the devil's advocate here. Like obviously at that point the fucking mentally handicapped guy has been annoying them for quite some time, specifically Quentin, the retard, if you will, because and like obviously we're not shown all of this. There's a lot of like time cuts, and the big defender of that guy is whatever her name is, Helen. She's been defending him this entire time. He thinks that, you know, the retard is... What the fuck is that guy's name? I already forgot. Do we ever even know his name?
No, it was something weird. It was like Wizard, or it was Kazaz.
Oh, yeah,
It was like Kazaz or Kazam or something like that.
Whatever, it doesn't really matter. But he thought that he was just going to get them killed most of the time. He was really annoying, he was bringing down the morale, and she was trying to keep him along, and he was completely opposed to that. So I think he was just trying to get rid of her so that he had an excuse to get rid of him, is what happened. So I think it's honestly pretty natural, to be completely honest. I don't really have a problem with that. I think him going crazy with the chick at the end and getting like rapey with her, that seemed kind of out of nowhere. It's
that
like,
was
I guess
100% expected to me personally. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner, honestly.
I mean, he just seemed like he turned, like, I guess maybe it's like he snapped, he killed a person and then he just went fucking crazy or something. But yeah, he got evil real quick there after that.
We're gonna be the new Adam and Eve
of the cube.
Yeah, the Adam and Eve of the cube, whatever the fuck he said. Yeah,
that stuff,
he went crazy.
That stuff seemed pretty weird. I just thought that, like, you know, he'd go for it.
Right.
I didn't think he'd really try and justify it with some like weird sort of way like that, you know.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. I do think he was fairly like frightening as a villain, though. Like he feels like a very legitimate threat to all of them.
Yeah.
Especially since he apparently can just just navigate through the rooms, no problem.
Yeah, how the fuck did he find them at the end? Like, they were hauling ass for a while through those mazes. They knew how to get around them. Even
he just got lucky, dude.
Yeah, he just got really lucky. I think him coming back and fucking stabbing him in the back again was pretty retarded.
It was really dumb.
I don't know if I like that.
Dude, he did like a Mortal Kombat finisher on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they initially dropped him down, I was like, oh, okay, there's like no way that's how he's gonna die. But then like kept going, and at a certain point, it's like, well, I guess he's just dead. How the fuck is he supposed to get here at this point? But then he just comes back anyway.
Yeah.
I like the way he died at the end, though. I thought that was cool. Yeah, like the fucking blood splatter along the wall.
Yeah.
Tanner, what do you think of the big twist that the cubes are moving?
Was that a twist?
Yeah.
I feel like I pretty much expected that. They built it up like it was a twist. They did build it up like that was a twist, but I don't know. Yeah, of course they're moving.
Yeah, what else
I mean, I
don't
know if this is the first movie to do this thing. It's not. Moving labyrinths is probably a pretty old idea, right? 1997.
We already watched Labyrinth, which was a moving labyrinth in some regards.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
yeah. Well, I feel like anytime you're introduced in a movie to where like the gimmick is they're in a maze or whatever, it's like it moves.
Yeah, like when you're like the moment we heard like all the fucking moving, I was like, oh, okay, the cubes are fucking moving around.
Yeah, the cubes are moving.
I guess it could just be like traps being set off by other people. Like that could have been like neat, I guess, but no, it was obviously them moving around.
Do you think there were other people in the cube with them at that time?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I'm going with I don't think so. I think it'd be interesting if there was, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the whole point of it is that they hand-selected all of these people to kind of run like some social experiment on them, like a really fucked up social experiment. Because obviously they handpicked these people to be able to work together, right? They had Helen, who was supposed to be the maintainer of the fucking retarded guy. Retarded guy was supposed to be able to do the hard math. They had the fucking quant chick to like even figure out that this was supposed to be something in general. They had Quentin to be kind of like the wrangler of all of them. I don't know why they had the other guy. I guess just to be like a lore bomb.
Yeah.
But like they all had a very specific role for getting out of the cube. And I think the whole point was to see how these people in these roles navigate through it. So I can't imagine there'd be other people in it. I think it's more like they have this specific scenario, and then they go and like run another experiment. And I guess the Ren or whatever is there just to like help them out early on through it, to be cautious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think their roles are all pretty defined. I don't know if they'd have more groups in there.
Do you guys buy into the sort of conclusion the movie sort of put forth for why the cube exists, where it's just like, I guess the thing they kind of pitch was like, like bureaucracy in society is like a perpetual motion machine, and things just kind of happen, and it doesn't matter how it started or where it's going. It just has to keep happening.
Yeah, that sounds about right for what they're trying to be. I mean, the cube's obviously a metaphor for something, society or what have you.
Society.
There's definitely some metaphorical bullshit going on here. I think that's pretty obvious. I don't think it's executed very well. I like the idea of this movie. I like where they're going with it, but the cinematography was rough. The acting is pretty low budget. Really hampers the experience a lot for me.
Yeah, one of the parts of the film that just like really fucking dragged for me, and that was just really scratching my head at, was when the fucking designer dude was like talking to fucking Quentin or whatever about the cube. And I don't even remember what the fuck he was going on about. He's just like, yeah, this is all pointless because like fucking the cube is like society or some bullshit. And I was like, doesn't really have anything to do with at all what's going on right now. Why are you talking about this?
Nothing else to talk about, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so, dude. I guess so. He was just laying on the ground, so defeated, man. He was so defeated.
It's kind of weird they were able to get as far as they did, going based off the prime number rule that later turned out to not actually be true.
True. I think they're just getting lucky, is what they're trying to describe there. Is that they're just getting lucky.
I guess
how far did they actually get, even?
I think they went through several hundred rooms, probably.
Several hundred? I don't know about several hundred.
Yeah, I don't know about that
Why
either.
not that many?
I was thinking
That's a lot of rooms.
I was thinking like 10, 15. I mean, it takes a while to get through those rooms, man.
I was thinking more along the lines of like 50 or so.
Yeah,
Yeah. Several hundred, though.
I think in the lore of the movie, they went through several hundred. I don't think we were shown them going through several hundred, obviously.
Yeah. I think a big thing about it, too, is that a lot of the rooms just aren't trapped, is another thing. Yeah. So they can get through a lot of them by just being lucky because, just the vast majority of them aren't trapped.
Are you thinking the vast majority are not trapped?
I would assume as much.
I would also assume that.
Because we barely saw trap rooms. Like, the vast majority of what they're going through were, like, just boring regular rooms, and that happened quite a lot where there's going through and seeing back-to-back ones. Like, I feel like it's like a 1 to 5, if not a higher ratio.
I guess, but they did learn pretty early on how to avoid traps.
True. I don't know. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here for this. I definitely feel like they probably should have got ganked by some trap room earlier on with the prime number bullshit anyways, but I'm just trying to come up with like logical solutions for why that could be happening.
Right. Okay. I don't know. Do we have anything else to say about this movie?
Not really.
It feels like a pretty straightforward film. Like, you see it and that's what it is,
Yeah, that's the cube.
It's a bunch of people trapped in a cube and it's called Cube.
Yep. What could Cube potentially be? Trapped in a bigger cube.
Anyway, fucking Nico, give us a rating.
Okay, let's go with let's go D+.
D+?
Yeah,
what
D+.
the fuck? There's no way, but anyway. Jackson, how about you?
Oh gosh, man, this one's hard to rank.
D+ is way too low. I also think
D+ is way too low. I thought it was entertaining throughout most of it, to be completely honest. I don't think I was necessarily bored for most of it. I guess I'm probably just gonna go like C+. I think it was pretty. I think a lot of the production issues hampered it a lot for me, but I still think it was entertaining. I like the idea.
I mean, I was very entertained throughout it. I thought, given the limitations they put on themselves, such as, being in a cube, I thought they pulled it off pretty well. I thought, I guess the acting was bad, but I thought it was bad in a funny way, at least. And maybe watching this with a group of people where we're quipping on it made, it better for me. But anyway, I'm going to give it an A.
An A? There we go. Damn.
Yeah.
There's
Insane.
no fucking way this movie's an A tier, Tanner. What are you on about right now, dude?
I don't know. I liked it, and that's what came to mind for me.
It's his own damn rankings, Nico. Shut your pie hole.
Nothing you said conveys that you liked the movie.
I thought it was entertaining.
This is like a fucking Dylan answer right now, dude.
No.
I hated this movie. It
Listen,
was shit.
I thought.
Acting was terrible, awful cinematography. The point of the movie didn't even really make sense at all. But, it was an A tier, I'd say.
Listen, I can see what you're saying. I guess I should have played up the things I did. Like I said, the acting, I thought... I can see where you're saying it's bad, but I thought it was entertaining at least. I thought the basic shtick of it was cool. I like seeing their little adventure. I thought the guy being a villain and that whole thing, that was like intense and entertaining. I rolled around the floor in laughter every time Kazam said trap. I don't know. I thought it was an entertaining movie, okay?
Dude, you're just a big Sinbad fan, and it's really starting to get on my nerves.
Was Sinbad in this movie?
Yeah, he's the main character.
No, he's not. You're being racist right now.
That's not racist at all.
I literally looked up the guy's name while I was watching it. It's not Sinbad. You
looked it up because you thought it was Sinbad.
No, I didn't. I haven't thought about Sinbad in years.
I've been rewatching Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and the episode with him recently came on, so he was on the noggin for me.
Uh-huh. Did you actually think he was Sinbad,
No.
or are you fucking with us right now? Okay, you better be.
I was trying to fool you.
Uh-huh, sure. And then Dylan gave it a C-. Where's that put us?
Where does that put us? Let me check. We are looking at a C+.
Sounds like a solid rating to me.
I agree. Anyways, next movie we looked at was Cloverfield. This was Dylan's pick. This is a big old monster movie.
Significantly better than The Cube, I would say.
I like The Cube more than this. I'm going to be completely
honest
with you.
Yeah.
I liked Cloverfield more.
We'll have to agree to disagree here then. Yeah. You're on
2 against 1, retard.
There's a lot to talk about with this movie, at least for me.
I have because there's 3 notes.
There we go. Yeah, I guess I'll just kick it off. I was constantly, throughout the watching of this movie, comparing it to one of those arcade games where you sit down and you just have, like, the fucking guns and you're just on rails shooting bugs and shit. That's what it felt like the whole movie, is you're just, like, playing some arcade game, just watching shit happen. There's all these random set-piece bullshits that go on. Like, they're walking through and, oh, the big monster's in front of them now! And it's so scary! Shit like that was constantly happening, and it just really took me out of it. Like, one of Dylan's points, actually, is that he says a positive for the movies that's realistic. I hard disagree on that.
What does he mean by that?
This shit was impossibly unrealistic. It felt like we were just watching shit happen in order. It was really, really rough to watch.
Is he talking about the CG there is realistic?
I hope not, because the CG was really bad.
Yeah, it was rough. That's definitely one big complaint I had for this film, is that, they show the monster way too much in this movie. Way too much. It should be, like, far more hidden than it currently is.
I wish the monster was basically never shown. It was still just some, like, big thing that was doing shit, but you never really ever got to see it, or it was, like, in the background and kind of ambiguous.
Yeah.
I don't, especially, like, when they're, like, again, on the ground, and it's just like, oh no, it's above them now. That shit's so stupid.
Yeah.
And it looks so bad.
Honestly, I didn't think the monster looked too bad, to be honest, but...
Okay.
Boo. Stop being a contrarian, Tanner.
The little spider things...
I'm not being a contrarian.
The little spider things, too, when it was dropping the little spiders, I thought this was going to be a much bigger issue than they actually were. But they only saw them 2 fucking times.
One in, like, the budget to make them appear more times.
Yeah, they saw them, of course, there was a swarm of them in the subway system. Sure, whatever, I guess they're down there. And then they just saw some random one-off one, some random fucking building on, like, the 30th floor. Why is it there? Why is it there? And then, like, none on the street or anything. Like, I thought these things were going to be swarming everywhere, and then we saw them 2 times in the weirdest spots.
It doesn't really even pose a threat up in that building at all, either. They just immediately take care of it. It's like, what was the point of that?
Yeah, pretty dumb.
However,
the
main girl's pretty cute. I'm a big fan of her.
Which one?
The blonde one?
No. Whatever one the cameraman is into.
Marla?
Sure, whatever.
I can't remember any of their names either.
Yeah.
I thought all the girls in this movie were pretty cute, which was like the point of them. I think they just had a bunch of fucking...
So the girl that fucking exploded because she got bit by the parasite. Okay, you're talking about her. She's not the main girl, but...
She's main enough.
Did you think I didn't consider the main character being the cameraman at all. I thought the main character was the fucking retard that was getting them into those dumbass situations they were following, so he could save his chick that was stuck in some building.
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah. Well,
sure, whatever his name is.
To me, he seemed like the main character. Also, speaking of Nick, this guy's motivations are fucking crazy. Not some random girl. Obviously, he's like head over heels for this chick, but still, there's some apocalypse practically going on. Everything is telling them to get the fuck out of there, and he's gonna go and risk his life to save some girl that's halfway across town in some collapsing building who's bleeding out. And it takes them hours, presumably, to get to her. Hours. And she's not fucking dead. What? And then he gets to save her in the end. I mean, they still die, but like, what?
Thankfully.
I mean, presumably, we don't know if they're dead.
I would imagine they are. They got fucking covered in rubble.
Let me just real quick run through my 3 notes. So in the beginning, how long does it take to get to the monster part, actually? Like 20 minutes?
Yeah, I was going to say like
15, 20.
Yeah. Anyway, I like how, they set the little drama piece they set up in that first part is that, Nick and Beth, they slept together.
Holy shit.
Hud, the cameraman, finds out about this and immediately tells everyone at the party.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I found that funny. Okay, here's a question for you guys based on the premise of this movie. If you guys find yourself in a monster attack, do you go outside?
If it's destroying buildings and it's near me, I guess I'd go outside to get the fuck out of there.
I think I'd stay indoors.
I think I would too, honestly. It would be a really tough call. I'd probably just do whatever the military is recommending me on the TV.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Speaking of the military, they just seem to come in and out of existence constantly. Like, they'd just be walking around, nothing's happening, then suddenly, oh shit, they're sworn by the military. Where did they come from? How did they not notice them earlier?
How did they not hear all these fucking tanks and shit approaching them?
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. I think the actual portrayal of the military was cool. I think that was well done. Like, when you actually see, like, military moving down the street, or, like, actually, like, fighting the monsters, I thought that was cool. But, like, them just, like, randomly appearing out of nowhere and shit, that was pretty fucking retarded.
Yeah, that was a bit silly. And then my last note is just, this idea to climb to the roof and cross over to the other building is terrible.
Yeah, absolutely. They made it seem, like, super
idea.
risky, too. It didn't really seem like it was that steep from the camera angles, but, like, they were... I don't know.
It's a building that was snapped in half and is resting against another one. Don't do that.
Man, yeah,
Don't
the
go
dude
up
literally
there.
risked the lives of, like, 4 people and got multiple of them killed just so he could save one chick that he doesn't even know if is alive or not still.
Yeah. Rest in peace, HUD, man. He didn't deserve to get bitten in half like that.
Yeah.
True.
That poor guy. Like, fucking props to him, by the way, for hanging onto the camera throughout, like, that entire ordeal.
Yeah, no, he was, like,
fucking
priority number
chucking it.
1. Fuck his life. He's trying to capture and film this happening.
Also,
Yeah.
impressive battery life on this camera, because they say in this film that it's like this whole ordeal is like 7 hours long.
Yeah. And, like,
That
fucking,
has their SD card space for that shit. Means we're recording in like 144p.
yeah, and like when they're in the subway or whatever getting attacked by those creatures, like he does drop it at one point, then he goes back for it and picks it up.
How could he even see it in that darkness? Anyway, that subway scene was stupid as fuck too. How did only one of them get bit? Like, they're fighting a bunch of alien spider things in the darkness, and they all made it out scot-free except for one chick who got bit, and everyone else was totally fine. How did this happen? How is this possible? They had no advantages.
No idea.
Yeah.
What? When we see the monster, like the most clear shot we get of it is in that one scene where it's fighting the military and it like comes over a bridge and steps on the military guys, and then also at the end when it eats HUD.
Yeah.
Where are the tentacles on it during those scenes? Because we see it destroy the bridge with a big ass tentacle.
Yeah, the tentacles are like on its ass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have like pictures of like the full monster you can just like look at online of like the 3D model
send
or
that
whatever.
to me. I want to see it.
Okay. We'll see.
Yeah. Are we going to watch any of the other Cloverfield movies that I think don't really connect to this movie, but they pretend to?
I guess if somebody picks them.
The second one definitely does a lot more so. The third one, like, it basically is not a Cloverfield movie whatsoever. They basically just, like, tack that on for, like, the brand recognition or whatever to, like, an otherwise movie that has absolutely nothing to do with it.
Right. The second one is Cloverfield Paradox.
No, that's the third one. The second one was Cloverfield Lane.
10 Cloverfield Lane. Okay. Yeah. Well, apparently this was based on like a fucking manga or something.
I thought you were going to say it's based off a true story.
Yeah, it's based on... Manhattan really was destroyed by a giant monster.
Yeah.
Why is it always gotta be Manhattan?
There's the fucking picture for you.
Oh. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
My cat is just zipping around the house right now. I don't know if you can see her in the camera. She's just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, just hauling ass.
She's so
If
silly.
you guys were to make a monster movie similar to this one, what city would you set it in?
I said in Tokyo, and there'd be like some big fucking fire-breathing lizard dragon thing taking out the city.
Whoa. That's interesting.
I'd say like Beijing. Let's go with Beijing.
Okay. I want to set one in like Moscow and have it fuck up the Kremlin.
Yeah.
That could be cool. That'd be a fun set piece.
Yeah. And make it be like a big rock monster or something.
Oh, you know what? Actually, let's go for like the Middle East. Have it destroy the Taj Mahal.
Okay. That's not in the Middle East, but whatever.
I want to see a monster
Where
pick up
is
Big
it?
Ben and throw it.
Let me ask you, Nico, where is the Taj Mahal?
The Middle East.
It's not.
What country then?
No, don't look it up. You should know this, Nico.
It's
What
isn't it,
country
like,
is the Taj
India?
Mahal? Yes.
Oh, okay. I consider that like Middle East.
It's in Asia. It's just objectively
it's
in
like
Asia.
Middle East Asia. It's like that weird middle ground.
No, it's just
It's so
Asia.
not.
That's always
It's
how I
just
picture
Asia.
in my head.
Your mind's picturing it incorrectly, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's that weird middle ground between the two, you know?
It's not a middle ground, though.
I personally tend to, like, lump it more so with, the Middle East than Asia, just because, like, you know.
Why?
I don't want to say it, Tanner. But
no, tell me. I want to know.
You know, dude. You know. I'm not gonna.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not gonna say it at all. You know what I'm talking about, though.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm genuinely curious. Why do you consider India to be more Middle Eastern than Asian?
Well, so my ranking for this movie is C tier. Personally, that's where I think I'm gonna be putting it.
C tier movie.
C tier seems
okay.
pretty solid.
Okay.
Tanner, what say you?
I'm giving this one a B+.
B+. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I'm giving this one a D+ myself.
D?
D+. I thought this movie was really bad. Anyways, Dylan ranked it a B-.
There we go.
I guess I was just enjoying the movies this week.
Yeah,
That's
shocking
fair.
that Dylan had a more reasonable take than you did, Tanner.
Honestly,
Both
the biggest deterrent or detraction from this movie for me is that it's a found footage movie. They display the whole thing as a found footage movie, but because of the first point I made about it seeming like it's all just happening on rails, it just makes it really fucking hard to watch because nothing's believable. And it just makes the whole movie really, really rough, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Which is why I ranked it so lowly. Anyways, that puts it at an average of a C+, with two C+ this week.
That's
Jesus
crazy.
Christ, man. This movie did actually remind me of a film that I ended up putting on my list, which I knew basically nothing about this movie. It's called Chronicle. I don't know if you guys are aware of it at all.
I've heard of it.
Okay, yeah. I was unaware that movie was actually a found footage film. Just while we were watching Cloverfield, I was like, this kind of reminded me of another movie. And so I looked it up, I was like, oh, that's probably why. Even though I know fucking nothing about this movie, I didn't even know it was found footage. For some reason, Cloverfield just triggered the memory in my head.
I've heard Chronicle is pretty good.
I've heard decent things about it.
I think I have Chronicle in another movie called Super 8. I think something about them is connected in my mind, and I don't know why, so I'm not sure what it's about. I think they're both written by John Landau, which is why I have them mixed up.
Because Super 8 is actually by J.J. Abrams.
Well, written by, I said.
Oh, gotcha. Never mind. Yeah, I definitely remember hearing about Super 8. Looking at the pictures, though, this isn't jogging any memories whatsoever for me, so I know basically nothing about this movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2 C+ for Cloverfield and Cube.
Yeah, 2 C+, and now, Tanner, it's my turn, dude.
Isn't well, we do have a recommendation from our patrons.
That's right. This is going to be a big decision here that we need to be making here, my man.
I guess we'll do you and the patron this week.
Well, I was going to say it's going to be a big decision. Do we do you and I still pick a movie plus the patron movie?
I like that idea.
I'm fine with it, I guess.
All right, fantastic, dude, fantastic.
I don't have a movie ready in my head. Is the problem, but
okay. Pick your movie anyway, Tanner. Pick a movie right now, dude.
Right now?
A movie. Yeah, pick a movie. I need to
pick Scooby-Doo.
We're not doing Scooby-Doo.
Come on.
Fuck, man. I don't know.
Don't you want to watch The Thing? Or 8 Mile? Or Used Cars?
Are these the ones on your list?
Potentially.
It's okay, Tanner.
Crazy.
I'll pick a movie right now.
I thought of a good one earlier this week, but I never wrote it down for some reason.
That's why I fucking write them all down, dude. I don't want this kind of thing to happen to me. So yeah, I've just pulled up a random number generator to pick my movie here. Since I got them all listed, it makes it real easy. I'm gonna put on a fucking wheel, dude. What's the reason for doing that? Like, you guys can't see the wheel. It's for like my own pageantry. I don't fucking care about the wheel. Who cares about the wheel? So we're gonna be watching Holes.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
yeah,
interesting.
Okay, so Nico goes with Holes. Our patron, Jacob Edwards, a.k.a. Mistake, has suggested Maniac, which is
I'm a maniac,
2000...
personally, on the floor.
Did he pick this to be like an anti-Dylan choice? I doubt he's even watched the episodes to know that Dylan's not a cool guy with mannequins and stuff.
I may or may not have mentioned
Yes, this is like a mannequin-based horror movie.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was talking about the podcast and our Guapish at the movies things, and so obviously Dylan's aversion to mannequins came up, and so that's the main reason the guy subscribed. He thought it'd be funny to suggest this movie so that we have to force him to watch it. Do not fucking tell Dylan that's what this
honestly,
movie is.
Thank God Dylan's not here this week so that we can just really spring it up on him. Like, okay, let's watch the Patreon movie. He's like, what the hell is this? We can force him.
Yeah.
And for my movie, I'm going to go with... This is the only movie that's coming to mind. I'm not too enthusiastic.
Scooby-Doo.
No, it's not Scooby-Doo. Fuck. Nico, choose a number 1 or 2.
2.
Okay, we're going to watch 9.
9?
So
that's not the number
2,
2, you piece of shit.
Is that the one with like the little like ragdoll guys, or am I thinking of something?
Exactly.
Okay, I actually really like that pick. I wanted to watch that movie again for a very long time.
Well, now's your opportunity. So we are watching... God, type it up. Maniac. 9. And what was the one you said?
Holes.
Pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, it's just the number 9, not the word 9.
God damn it.
Yeah. Fucking Tanner, dude. I was talking about several episodes back now that we keep choosing like these horror spooky movies and like suspense and shit. In terms of like, well, no, we're not. That's never gonna happen. Why would that kind of thing ever happen? But look at this. We got so many of them on our fucking list now that we've watched.
It's like a good like 30% of them at least. It feels like at this point.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I think a big thing is, you know, we're really wanting to choose movies that we haven't really seen, and none of us are really horror movie guys.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm picking The Thing next week. I'm gonna spoil it. That's just gonna be adding
the
to the list.
original or the 1983 version?
I have no idea. I guess probably the newer
presumably.
one.
Whatever. The newer one. The newer one is trash. People like the old one.
No.
I meant the good one. I don't know which one's which.
They
I don't know how
like
many
John
things there are.
Carpenter's The Thing, which isn't the original.
Yeah, I want the one with
gotcha.
like the cool fucking whatever,
Monster
like
effects.
puppets and stuff. Yeah.
That's John Carpenter's, which is the 1982 or 83 version.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a newer The Thing that you're thinking of, Nico.
Yeah, there's definitely like a newer one with CGI.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
But
what
we're
I
not
was
picking
that's
that
what I
movie
thought you were
anyway,
talking
so no point in bringing it up. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this fucking other thing we're doing,
Yeah,
right?
let's finally get into it, guys. So, you've waited a long time for this, and we are going to be discussing the amendments today, guys. There are a few too many of them for my liking, but I think we can perhaps like really discuss which ones are like the most important and which ones we can maybe do away with as well here.
Mm-hmm. A top 10, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. But like of all of them.
Yeah.
But then we can maybe break down to a top 10 as well. Since it'll be all of them, you can just like look at the 10, you know.
Are we saying we're going to put...
easy.
So are we going to put all of them in order?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Let me see if I can pull up just a tier list of the amendments.
Well, what's the point in that?
Just helps us keep our thoughts organized.
I mean, we can just like fucking paste in here, right? We can just fucking like rank them in here. In the old
Sure,
Discord.
we can do that. Yeah, sure.
All right, so First Amendment, Tanner. Would you mind reading it out for us?
Yeah. Most of these are pretty short, so I think we can just read the words in them. So the First Amendment is: Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So, First Amendment, pretty heavy hitter. We got freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and the right to protest.
Like, honestly, I don't even know why we're bothering doing this. It's already sounding like they're ranking the amendments in order of most importance to me, you know?
I think at the very least, the first 10 are pretty much in order.
Yeah. First Amendment, easy number 1 for me so far.
No competition.
So far, yes, I'd agree. We'd do that one first.
Yeah.
I guess there we go. We can just, rearrange as we see fit.
Yeah, exactly.
Amendment 2 of course, reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Yeah, I guess this is number 2 at the moment, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of this amendment. The wording is a bit ambiguous, which has become a problem, but I think it's a pretty solid one.
What do you think it means, Tanner?
I think it means a well-regulated militia being necessary to the... I think it means exactly what it means. You know, you have the right to bear arms.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just like any of them? Are we allowed like nuclear bombs and shit, dude?
Sure.
Really?
I mean, why not? I mean, a nuclear missile is an arm, is it not?
So if we have the means of producing them, just like the common man can have them?
I mean, it's not like the government controls like the production facilities that make their own nuclear bombs, so in a way nuclear bombs are already being privately owned. So I don't see how much of a difference it makes if you say, oh, Raytheon owns a nuclear missile versus saying, you know, Jim Bob owns a nuclear missile.
I don't know, man. That's a bit of a scary dystopian idea there, and I'm not so sure I like it.
Legalize nuclear bombs.
How is that dystopian?
We'll get there when we get there, Tanner. Third Amendment.
Third Amendment is no soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. So this one basically just means soldiers can't live in your house unless you're cool with it.
Kind of a snoozer so far. I guess we can put that in third place.
Yeah, a bit of a sleepy one. I don't feel this one. It just, you know, it's very of the time, you know.
Yeah.
It's a little outdated.
I don't think it's something that we generally need to worry about too much nowadays.
Amendment 4. This one's a bit wordier, but the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. So this one establishes your right to... the government's not going to fuck with your shit unless they go through a properly prescribed legal process.
Yeah, I feel like this one is actually above the Third Amendment for me.
I agree. This one's a bit of a banger.
Yeah.
I'm
Matter
there.
of fact, I'm almost tempted to put this one above the Second Amendment.
Really?
I don't know if I'd go that far. I'm saying number 3.
I don't think I would either, but I'm honestly shocked by that answer, Tanner.
Let me think about it. I guess, which would I rather... I guess I would rather have the right to keep and bear arms because it's probably preferable to, you know, be able to shoot people if they try to come into your house than just have them say, nah, we won't come into your house.
Yeah.
But I think Fourth Amendment is a solid number 3.
Yeah. I'm surprised we've been agreeing so much thus far. I'm a big fan of this, guys.
Well, I feel like these early ones are easy, yeah. So, what's this one? This is the part where I start not knowing them off the top of my head.
Come on, Tanner. This is supposed to be
Amendment
your whole
5.
realm.
Yeah, you're right. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia, when in actual service in time of war or public danger, nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb, nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. So this one is doing a lot. It establishes... Yeah. Gives you a right to a jury, unless you're in the military. Nor shall any person... It establishes... establishes double jeopardy, so you can't be tried for the same crime twice.
Which is pretty sweet in a lot of respects, you know?
Yes, sir.
Because in, like, other countries, if they want you in jail, they can just, like, fucking keep sending you until they get the response that they want, you know?
Yep.
That's a bit of a bitch move, to be honest.
Yeah, but of course, like, here in the U.S., they can just, like, maybe, like, come up with some evidence or something and pin it on you if they really want to as well. They can get you in jail if they want you to, but, like,
True.
They can't keep sending you if you've already avoided it,
Yeah. Third thing, it gives you, the right to remain silent. Basically, you don't have to say anything that might incriminate yourself. And it establishes you have a right to due process of law, and also says the government can't just, like, take your shit without paying you.
Yeah, I think Fifth Amendment is pretty sweet.
Fifth Amendment slaps pretty hard.
Yeah, it does a lot of really cool things.
Yeah, I think I'd be putting this one third place here.
I agree with that.
Really? Right not to be searched, or... I think I agree, actually. We'll do fifth and third.
It's gonna be really annoying having to shift these down, Nico.
Oh, it's really fucking annoying already, dude. Holy shit.
You definitely shouldn't have put the whole list out already. It should just be like a dashed lines bullshit.
Especially if you're doing this on your phone.
Yeah.
Well, you see, like, I couldn't, like, fucking enter to, like, make more lines on the keyboard. I had to do that on my phone. So, like, from now on...
Why couldn't you?
It just wouldn't let me. When I hit enter, it just sends the message.
You hold shift and hit enter,
Holy
idiot.
Shit! That's a game changer.
You fucking retard.
I've never had to do that before. What do you mean?
Dude, that's like a common thing in, like, every, like, messaging thing.
Much.
I don't fucking use any messaging things on the fucking laptop. What are you talking about?
This man has never typed a paragraph in his fucking life.
This is ridiculous.
What do you mean? You don't do that in, like, Word?
Yes, you do. I use that in Word all the time. Because if you hit enter in Word, then it makes a whole ass new line. If you do a shift enter, then it keeps it on the same paragraph. There are use cases for it in Word as well.
I've never had to use it.
You're looking at me like you have no idea what I'm talking about. That's because you've never used it.
I've never had to do that before. Like, you just, like, keep typing if you want to be on the same paragraph. Why would you need to shift enter?
Because you might want to be on a different line. Or, like, if you want more content on a fucking bullet point in Word, you do a shift enter and then it stays on that bullet point. There's different uses for it.
Anyway, Sixth Amendment. Wait, was that the sixth? No, this is the sixth. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with witnesses against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. So this one lays the foundation for a law of how our trial system works. So gives you a right to a speedy and public trial by a jury of your peers. In the place it was committed, you get to be told what your crime, like what you're being accused of. You get witnesses, and it establishes the right to a lawyer. Yeah. That last one is a very big one, in my opinion, and that probably helps this one quite a bit, I think. Let me think. I think the right to a lawyer might be big enough to bump this one maybe even above the Fifth Amendment.
Yeah?
I'm saying fourth myself.
Yeah, me too. I think there's like a fourth place one here.
Okay. We'll do that.
Alright, sweet.
Seventh Amendment. So many of these are related to the legal system.
You got a bullshit legal system.
In suits at common law, where the value in controversy shall exceed $20. That's fun. I didn't know that. I didn't know that they had like a monetary amount written in the Constitution that like obviously would not scale with inflation.
They did not anticipate inflation happening back then.
That is amazing. Anyway, in suits at common law where the value in controversy shall exceed $20, the right of trial by jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of the common law. So, in suits... Okay, so this is talking about if you sue someone and the amount of money involved is more than $20, then you get to have a jury present.
This is a good 7th for me.
Yeah, this one's kind of boring.
Yeah.
That's funny that says $20 though.
Yeah.
And they probably couldn't.
I wonder if they still use that number today.
I think legally they couldn't change it.
I can't imagine people are suing people for less than $20 though.
That's fair enough. Yeah, well, yeah, I think that's the thing. I don't think they legally can. They'd have to write an amendment to up that amount, probably.
Yeah.
I don't think they could say, "Oh, we're just going to do inflation," because that's some retroactive bullshit.
What would a good number be for today now? I feel like even suing for like $1,000 doesn't warrant having a jury potentially.
Yeah, I'd say we'd probably have to be in like the $100,000 range.
Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable.
100,000.
Anyway, we just improved Amendment 7. Amendment 8. Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. So no excessive bail, no excessive fines if you're found guilty, and no cruel or unusual punishments.
This one's pretty solid, to be honest.
I think this one sucks ass, and I hate it. This is going to go at the bottom of the list if I can get it there.
I think it's at number 6 right now for me.
Yeah, what's so wrong with this one, Tanner? Why don't you like it?
He wants us to treat our prisoners and people that are indicted very poorly.
Yes, true. Factual. One, excessive is, like, relative. What does that mean?
Yeah.
And then exactly what Jackson said. I think, we should have cruel and unusual punishments for, like, at least violent crimes. I just think this kind of handicaps how we're able to address criminality.
Is it specifically cruel and unusual? Is that the wording there?
Yeah.
Okay, so it could be cruel, or it could be unusual, but it can't be both at the same time.
That you probably could argue that you can read that. 1 second, I need to get my cat off my fucking jacket.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Go for it.
That cat's a silly little goose.
Hey, get down.
All right, so Jackson, this is like a pretty sweet amendment, right? I say we put it up at the very top, personally.
That's definitely a fucking lie. I don't think it's at the very top.
My headphones are still on, you fucking retards. I heard all of that.
This one's pretty boring, but I definitely think it's important.
Yeah.
I don't think it's important. I think this one actually makes society worse, and I think it needs to be at the bottom of the list.
So far, I'd be willing to put it at the bottom. I don't think that it will necessarily need to stay there, but, like, so far, I'd agree with Tanner.
Absurdity.
I'm sorry, Jackson. I'm sorry, dude.
I think it's second from the bottom. I wanted my voice heard.
Above the 7th Amendment? Does that make sense to you, Jackson? Above the 7th?
I need to lock my cat in the other room.
Sure.
Go for it, dude. I'm surprised you didn't do that to begin with.
She's been good, but now she's not being good. Now you're being naughty.
Okay, so Jackson, what's your defense here? Well, why do you want to put it above the 7th?
Dude, what the fuck is the 7th Amendment? I can't even remember.
I don't remember either, personally.
This is the hard part about this, is that I don't remember any of them, so it's all very arbitrary for me already at this point. I don't know what any of these numbers mean.
Yeah. Let's settle for putting it at the bottom for now. We'll revisit it later if you want to.
And yeah, I basically need the fucking paragraph next to me, or else I'm not gonna have any fucking clue what I'm actually comparing it to.
Open her up, dude. Open her up. You got the internet right there at your fingertips.
I've got better things to do right now, dude.
Jesus Christ! Is that Battle Cats?
You see that? You see that? You see that? Huh? You see that?
I mean, I can see it, but the audience can't.
Yeah, of course. They don't need to see it. You're cutting that out.
Shut up. We're doing the next one. I'm not cutting it out.
No way.
9th Amendment. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. This one is basically just the one saying that just because, like, something isn't written in the Constitution doesn't mean that you don't necessarily have it as a right.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's basically an et cetera thing, saying that, there are rights that we probably didn't think of that aren't in here that people still have.
Well, like, what's the point of any of the other amendments beyond this, then?
Just to really have it set in stone in legalese.
So. Yeah. Really, what obviously the Constitution doesn't establish that you have any of these rights. It just establishes that the government will protect them.
Yeah.
But I think this is a pretty banger amendment. I think it was very smart of them to think, there are going to be people who say, well, it's not written in the amendment or in the Constitution. So I
think it's pretty good, personally.
This is a future-proofing one, dude. I like this one a lot. I'm saying number 3.
This is a very smart future-proof. Yeah, I was thinking number 3 as well.
Guys, I was also thinking number 3. Isn't that crazy?
No, you weren't. You're thinking number 4. I can see it in your eyes.
No, it's not true. That's not true. I was thinking 3.
Fantastic. You have not been updating this list, Nico.
I've been doing it on my phone instead. I have like a numbered list I can easily edit on here. It's like significantly easier than like on Discord.
Alas, you're really leaving us in the dark here because now we don't know what we're ranking them against.
Hang on, I'll post the current.
That is true. It doesn't help too much that we.
It'll help at the end, though. The end result will be great.
I mean, you could just ask Jackson to keep an updated list.
Yeah, I could. I just could keep my own, but I've got better things to do.
Yeah, bother that guy. He's got important battle cats to be happening.
Okay. So, and then this is the final one that was in the original Bill of Rights.
Yes, sir.
The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. So this is the one saying that any powers, so like, in terms of like the government functioning, that isn't given directly to the federal government or is said that the states themselves do not have are given to the states or to the people. So this one really kind of sets in stone our
states'
Federalist
rights
program. Yeah, states' rights, exactly.
Which, personally, I think states' rights are pretty cool overall. Some of them are kind of cringe, though, like... Come on, dude. Age of consent, why is that different between states? What's the deal with that? Why can't there be like one solid thing? I feel like that creates some really nebulous sorts of like rules here and there. But like overall,
I'm trying to get laid, man. I'm just gonna go down to some fucking 16-year-old state and just get her done.
Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to like fucking have to look up like on my phone whether or not I got the free pass or whatever. I just want like one concrete age. Okay, let's not like maybe like weed as well. Like, come on, guys, come on. It's a dead issue at this point.
Pedophilia.
Yeah.
I'd say this one is a solid. I'd say we put this one in 7, replacing the Third Amendment.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Right below the right to a lawyer, right above right to not have soldiers in your house.
Yeah, that one's definitely it's definitely creeping down the list even more as we continue.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not that great. I just don't think that we have enough examples in modern times to really have to deal with that one.
We haven't dealt with that shit since like the Civil War.
Yeah, exactly.
Not really. So next up, all right. So now we have our first post-ratification amendment. So this is the 11th Amendment.
Whoa.
The judicial power of the United States shall not be construed to extend to any suit in law or equity commenced or prosecuted against one of the United States by citizens of another state or by citizens or subjects of any foreign state. I'm not clear on what that one means. Hold on.
That's alright. I'm thinking number 10 right now.
Yeah, so far I'm thinking like this should be like 11 maybe.
To extend to any suit.
It sounds like some bullshit that's to do with various states and like...
Against one of the United States.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up a list of like children's explanations of the amendments.
Yeah, sure. Try and look up the 11th Amendment. I think what it's saying is that
to like a 9-year-old.
Yeah, I think what it's saying is that the federal government's judicial system doesn't have power over any lawsuit that is happening between a private citizen and one of the individual states.
Yeah, so according to this Ducksters.com, United States Constitution Amendments for Children, the 11th Amendment, this amendment sets limits on when a state can be sued. In particular, it gives immunity to states from lawsuits from out-of-state citizens and foreigners not living within state borders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, wait, can you repeat that real quick?
Yeah, sure thing. This amendment says limits on when a state can be sued. In particular, it gives immunity to states from lawsuits from out-of-state citizens and foreigners not living within the state borders.
Interesting. So it says that you cannot sue a state if you don't live there.
Basically, it sounded like.
Yeah.
I'm curious why that's necessary, because on its face, I'm not digging that one too much.
I don't like that one at all, to be completely honest.
Yeah, pretty lame. I'm putting that at the bottom.
Yeah, you know what? As much as I rally against the harsh and unusual punishment one, I do agree. I think that one should probably go below it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not even at the bottom? Is that the 8th Amendment? Nico, update the damn list. I'm out of the blue here. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so, 12th Amendment, this one is a beefy one. So,
really, it's rather short on my list here.
Really? Well, here's what the text of it says. The electors shall meet in their respective states and vote by ballot for president and vice president, one of whom, at least, shall not be an inhabitant of the same state with themselves. They shall name in their ballots the person voted for as president, and in distinct ballots the person voted for as vice president, and they shall make distinct lists of all persons voted for as president, and of all persons voted for as vice president, and of the number of votes each, which lists they shall sign and certify, and transmit sealed to the seat of the government of the United States, directed to the President of the Senate. The President of the Senate shall, in the presence of the Senate and House of Representatives, open all the certificates, and the votes shall then be counted. The person having the greatest number of votes for president shall be the president, if such number be a majority of the whole number of electors appointed, and if no person have such majority, then from the persons having the highest numbers not exceeding 3 on the list of those voted for as president, the House of Representatives shall choose immediately by ballot the president. But in choosing the president, the votes shall be taken by states, the representation from each state having 1 vote. A quorum for this purpose shall consist of a member or members from 2/3 of the states, and a majority of all the states shall be necessary to a choice. And if the House of Representatives shall not choose a president whenever the right of choice shall devolve upon them before the 4th day of March next following, then the vice president shall act as president, and in case of the death or other constitutional disability of the president, the person having the greatest number of votes as vice president shall be vice president if such a number of majority of the whole number of electors appointed, and then it repeats the same thing for vice president. But no person constitutionally ineligible to the office of president shall be eligible to that of vice president of the United States.
Yeah, so mine just says revise. Mine just said revise the presidential election procedures.
Yeah, this one just kind of establishes how the elector system works. Yeah. So it's just saying the electors, they write down the names for president and vice president, they put them in an envelope, and they send it to the Capitol. Yeah. That's kind of all it says. This one's like boring and basic, but not actively bad. Yeah. So I guess I personally would put this one in 10th place.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. 10th place, though, honestly... More so 11th place for me.
Why do you think 11th place?
Why 11th?
Because I just don't think the 8th Amendment is as bad as you give it credit for, Tanner. I think this one is more boring.
You're right, it's more boring, but also, like, it doesn't create any issues.
No issues. Tanner, have you been seeing the news cycle ever since, like, Mr. Trump got voted out of office unjustifiably?
Uh-huh. What does that have to do with
anything? That race
was
stolen.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with what this one says?
It's supposed to prevent it, but it didn't. It doesn't do shit.
I don't really get the argument.
Jackson, what say you?
Oh. I get the argument you're making, but I honestly don't even know what the last ones are, so I'm just going with what Tanner said.
The 8th Amendment, Jackson, the cruel and unusual punishment one.
Sorry, Nico, he's siding with me.
Alas. It's already over, Nico. I'm sorry.
Okay, fine. Okay, so it's the 12th Amendment, I suppose.
Here we go. 13th Amendment. This is where it gets good. Mm-hmm. So, It has 2 sections. Section 1, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. And Section 2, Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. 13th Amendment says no slavery. We're not unless you're a criminal. Then wait, what the fuck? I put this cat in the other room.
Yeah, we heard it screaming.
Get down there.
How'd she escape? Jesus Christ, you threw her.
No, wait, I just remembered. I put my coat in the other room and closed the door. She ran under the couch, so I couldn't get her. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
This one's a bit of a banger. It slaps pretty hard.
Yeah, definitely an S tier one for me personally, but we're not doing a tier list, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
I'd put it like second place personally.
Second place?
Yeah, second place.
My main counter argument is I think slavery was naturally going to die out even without legislation. It just couldn't compete with paid labor, frankly. I think it'd be poetic to put this one in 7th place right above the 10th Amendment, which is the states' right amendment.
I don't know about that, Tanner. That feels far too low to me, personally.
Honestly, I kind of like Tanner's argument here about it kind of just getting, like, you know, knocked out naturally over time. I definitely think that anti-slavery is pretty bad, obviously.
Anti-slavery is bad? Jesus Christ, Jackson, hang on a second here, man.
And anti-slavery. I think being against slavery...
Just because our token black guy isn't here today, man.
Listen, I think this one's cool. I don't think it's super important.
I know he's into slavery and everything, but like...
I'm saying
7th place. That's where you guys want to put it.
No, I'm saying 5th place.
5th place.
5th place.
Yo, what's the 6th Amendment? Like, what are we bumping down?
So it'd be bumping down the 4th and 6th.
Right to a speedy trial and lawyer. I don't know.
I want to put in 2nd. Tanner, you want to put in fucking 7th. I feel like that's a decent compromise.
Yeah, sure. What are we saying? 6th?
5th.
5th.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like this ranking.
We're bumping down the 4th.
Yeah, the 4th and the 6th Amendment are being bumped down.
Unreasonable. Here. Okay, sure. I can live with that. I just think, like, I don't know. To me, it's mostly just that, like, this amendment was more of, like, you know, the hand clap after you've done the work, you know. Slavery was already on the way out. And this was just
on the way out. There was a whole war for the dang old thing.
Yeah, and this came like well after the war.
There was a whole war for the dang old thing.
Okay. Okay. I gotta get the cat out of here. She's making noise
Lock it up,
now.
dude. Lock her up.
I have to. Yeah.
For the love of God.
We all have to make sacrifices. Shimi's locked up as well.
I can't wait until we have a 3rd cat that needs to be locked up.
Where are you gonna lock up in your closet?
Yeah, probably.
Dude, just give me the room, and we can have you in your room, me in the big room, right? And then we can have the cat just roaming the house.
I mean, I've been considering just like moving my desk in here, so like...
You should move your desk into my room, and then also just take over that room.
Yeah, I don't know about that, dude. I don't know about all that. This room has just been so good to me, man. It's been so good to me.
Name one good thing about it.
The women love it.
Okay, and you're single, so...
Sure, at the moment, dude, but like...
You don't think I've got just as much potential as you?
You're not actively looking for anything.
You don't know that.
I do know that you've told me.
Alright, you're saying you're actively looking right now?
A little bit, I suppose. A little bit.
A little bit. I'm always looking a little bit, man. I go to fucking boba shops.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's hurry up. We're only like halfway through.
And they just get even more wordy from here.
They sure do. 14th Amendment has 5 sections.
Yeah, this is why I want to get out of the place as soon as possible, personally.
Yeah. Section 1. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States.
Boo!
And of the
14th place.
and of the state wherein there reside, no state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws.
Never mind, there's some good things in here.
That one's pretty solid. Section 2, representatives shall be apportioned among the several states according to their respective numbers, counting the whole number of persons in each state, excluding Indians not taxed. But when the right to vote at any election for the choice of electors for president and vice president of the United States, representatives in Congress, the executive and judicial officers of a state, or the members of the legislature thereof, is denied to any of the male inhabitants of such state being 21 years of age and citizens of the United States, or in any way abridged, except for participation in rebellion or other crime, the basis of representation therein shall be reduced in the proportion which the number of such male citizens shall bear to the whole number of male citizens 21 years of age in such state. Now, some interesting stuff in this one. This one is setting out who is allowed to vote. They said at 21 years old back then instead of 18. Let's go back to that.
Honestly, though, I would like that a lot. We maybe should do that. People are thinking about decreasing it. Come on, get out of here.
No, you're out of your mind. Another super interesting I see is that obviously right now we take a census every 10 years and we base how many representatives each state gets based on that. This here is saying that representatives is based on how many eligible voters there actually are and not the total population. And that's a much better system, and I'm curious to see when that gets changed.
Yeah.
Let's see, Section 3. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any House legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof, but Congress may, by a vote of 2/3 of each house, remove such disability. So this says if you commit treason, you can't get elected to shit.
Why is there so much for this one, man? What's going on?
That's all.
Section 4.
Hang on a second here, Dan. Why are there so much?
I don't know why there's so much. I didn't write the thing, my guy.
There's too much. You need to cut out some of this fluff, dude.
Why don't we just use the TLDR
I'm just
version
reading
of
what the thing is.
Alright, so according to my list here, it says define what it means to be a U.S. citizen. It prohibits states from reducing the privileges of citizens and ensures each citizen the right to due process and the equal protection of the law.
That's only Section 1, though.
Alas. The other sections don't matter, apparently.
Based.
How important is this last section here, Tanner?
It's, let's see, the validity of public debt of the United States authorized by law. It's basically saying that debts that aren't used in crimes are legitimate.
Fantastic. Terrible amendment. 14th.
What do you mean? I guess it is pretty outdated and we don't really use any of it anymore.
Yeah.
And also it has naturalized. Are you like a big anti-naturalized citizenship guy?
Not necessarily. This one's just really fucking wordy and I have a grudge against it now.
Okay. I don't think it's quite 14th. I'd probably put it at 11th.
You would, Tanner. You're trying to push that 8th one down as much as you can.
I sure am. I have an agenda.
I just don't think the 8th Amendment is that bad. The 14th is way worse.
I do think the 8th is actively bad.
I just had like major deja vu about the whole Tanner saying that he has an agenda and he wants it to be at 11th place or something. For some reason, my mind told me that I've heard this before.
I don't know what context I would have ever said that previously.
It's a recurring dream of his.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm predicting the future.
Alright, so I personally would put it in like 12th place. What say you, Jackson? Where are you slapping this thing?
That's a real toughie, man. This one's got a lot of things going on. I'm saying 11th.
11th.
There we go. We got 2 for 11th.
Jax, I'm starting to think that you're just kind of agreeing with Tanner on all these, man.
I'm not, though, man. I've had my own opinions on a few of them.
He has had his own opinions on a few of them. So, 15th Amendment. Right of the citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. This one gave black people a right to vote.
Tanner, would you put this above the 13th, would you say?
I think probably not being enslaved is a bit more important than being able to vote.
Yeah. That's good, dude. That's good. I just wasn't sure where you'd lean with it, personally.
I'd probably go 6th for this one, so right below the 13th.
I can agree with that, dude.
I also agree.
You
Cool.
would.
What are you talking about?
16th. 16th. The Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes on incomes. This is the bottom one.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. Fuck that one, dude.
I'm more of a top guy myself. I don't like bottom, so I'm gonna go. That one's pretty rough as well.
There we go.
I'm gonna just say right now this is gonna be the very bottom of our list. I don't care what comes next.
Yeah, I don't think that any of us will really, well, there's a pretty rough one later, to be fair.
Worse than income tax? I don't know about that.
I'm not necessarily sure if worse than income tax, but it's a pretty rough one.
We'll see.
Fuck income tax.
17.
Income tax.
17th Amendment. The Senate of the United States shall be composed of 2 senators from each state, elected by the people thereof for 6 years, and each senator shall have 1 vote. Electors in each state shall have the qualifications requisite for blah blah blah. When vacancies happen in representation, issue rights of fill such vacancies. So this is the one that changes the Senate to be a popular vote instead of elected by the states.
Yeah.
I think this is a bad one. This was a bad change that has had negative consequences since then, so I would put this one fairly low.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. This one's fucking awful.
I'd probably put this one below the 8th. What's the 12th again? I have to keep reminding myself.
Dude, Tanner, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking put this in 14th place.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's below income tax, obviously, but...
No, of course not. But I think 14th place is solid for it.
Yeah, what's 11th again? 11th, blah, blah, blah. Oh, right. Ooh, wait. You can't sue states if you don't live there versus... That's a bit of a tough call for me, actually. This one probably has wider reaching impacts, I guess. Yeah, I guess I'll say this one below the 11th. So 17th below the 11th, but above the 16th.
What?
I thought that was what you just said.
No, I said to put in the 14th spot, below the 8th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I said, personally.
Wait, but above the 12th? No, I think... Nah, this is below the 12th.
What? Jackson, what do you think? What say you?
Dude, I also think it's below the 12th.
Come on, man.
I think it's below the 11th as well, which is what I just said. So yeah, I think this one is 17th place.
Jackson's throwing right now.
I think it's 16th, to be completely honest. I don't know if I go that far.
Alright, move on to the next one then.
Well, where are we setting it then?
It was at 16th place.
Okay. So, Amendment 18. After 1 year from the ratification of this article, the manufacture, sale, or transportation of intoxicating liquors within, the importation thereof into, or the exportation thereof from the United States and all territories subject to the jurisdiction thereof for beverage purposes is hereby prohibited. Blah, blah, blah. Concurrent power to enforce, unless it has been ratified.
This is prohibition.
Yeah, this is prohibition.
Yeah.
Fuck prohibition. All my homies say to prohibition.
I'm not a big alcohol guy is the thing, so like
You're
I don't...
not?
No, I'm not.
No?
So I don't necessarily hate this one that much.
But prohibition did horrible things for the country, Tanner.
People did horrible things because they couldn't control themselves, you know?
It's what gave the mafia so much power.
They could have just done that with drugs anyway.
It dramatically increased crime rates.
I think this one's just a bad move. I'm saying 17th place.
Okay. Let's see, 11th. Wait, is this the updated one right now?
No.
No, of course not.
I'll update it again. Hang on. It's just
yeah,
such a bother.
I need to be able to constantly keep track of where we are.
I'll try and be better, Tanner. I'll try and be better. But personally, this is the one that I was thinking could be a contender for the worst one overall.
I don't think it's as bad as income tax.
I also don't think so. I think income tax fucking sucks.
I also think it does, guys. Come on, I'm not arguing in favor of income tax. I'm just saying...
You live in Oregon!
I'm just saying prohibition was pretty bad, guys.
It had very bad lasting effects.
That's fair enough. Yeah, sure. Put this one right above income tax.
Above income tax. Okay, fine. Alright, there we go. What's up next here?
19th Amendment.
What? Go on.
Right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. So this is women's suffrage right here.
Last place.
Fuck women's suffrage. All my homies hate women's suffrage.
Whoever gave them the right to vote. Awful decision.
This one is pretty rough. It's not as bad as Prohibition. Of course, Prohibition was mostly driven by women. You know what? Fuck it. This one's right above income tax.
Hang on, Tanner.
I'm with my boy.
Hang on, we can't keep memeing here like this, guys. Hold on a second.
I'm not memeing. I think this one was a legitimately bad move. Maybe it might retroactively be okay when we finally actually achieve legal equality between the sexes, but for as long as the legal system gives women special privileges, this one is fucking bullshit.
Absolutely based.
Hang on, guys. we can't put it that low.
Put it on the list.
Also, women consistently vote for the worst presidents anyway, so...
Put it down, Nico. Put it down.
Let it be known that I would prefer this one to be much higher, but I suppose...
How much higher? Where would you personally put it?
Where would I personally put it? Golly, it's tough to say. Maybe 7th? 7th feels like a good spot to me.
L
opinion.
Fucking simp.
Replacing the fucking 4th, you're crazy.
So it's going above the 19th Amendment then? Or the 16th Amendment?
Yeah.
Alright. Fine. Okay then.
So 20th Amendment. This one has some words.
If you spin some bars, but I'm sure it can be summarized in a much easier manner.
The terms of the President and Vice President shall end at noon on the 20th day of January, and the terms of Senators and Representatives at noon on the 3rd day of January of the years in which such terms would have ended if this article had not been ratified, and the terms of their successors shall then begin. The Congress shall assemble at least once in every year, and such meeting shall begin at noon on the 3rd day of January, unless they shall by law appoint a different day. If, at the time fixed for the beginning of the term of the President-elect shall have died, and the Vice President-elect shall become President if a President shall not have been chosen before the time fixed for the beginning of his term, or if the President-elect shall have failed to qualify, then the Vice President-elect shall act as President until the President shall have qualified, and Congress may, by law, provide for the case wherein neither a President-elect nor a Vice President shall have qualified, declaring who shall then act as President, or the manner in which one who is to act shall be selected, and such person shall act accordingly until a President or Vice President shall have qualified. The Congress may by law provide for the case of the death of any of the persons from whom the House of Representatives may choose a President, blah blah blah, case of death, Senate choose a Vice President whenever the right of choice have devolved upon them. And yeah, so this one is just saying what happened, what we do when a president dies.
Lame. I want it to be anarchy whenever a president dies. I want it to be like how, whenever fucking Brazil wins the World Cup or some shit in the streets, bro. That's what I want here.
Yeah, this one's pretty mid. It's just, boring procedural stuff. Personally, I'd put it in 10th right above the 3rd. It's about as boring as the 3rd, but we've actually used it before,
Yeah. I feel like 12th makes more sense to me personally.
Maybe.
I'm saying 11th, actually.
Alright, I guess that's fair.
Okay. 21st Amendment. The 18th article of amendment to the Constitution of the United States is hereby repealed.
Yeah, it just got rid of the prohibition.
Based.
I think it's a pretty sweet amendment, personally.
I mean, like I said, I'm lukewarm on prohibition, so I'm lukewarm on...
Prohibition was awful, Tanner. Why are you so lukewarm on it? I don't understand.
Well, we got some good movies out of it, at least,
It wasn't all bad.
It wasn't all bad.
Yeah, we got the Godfather movies because of prohibition, guys. Come on, have you considered
Moonshine
that?
blew up in popularity.
Yeah, NASCAR exists. Like, honestly, guys, there are positives.
You're saying NASCAR's a positive?
I don't know. Where would you guys put this one?
I'm saying this is a top tenner for me. I'm saying 8th.
I'm down with 8th, personally. I'm down with 8th.
Honestly, I was going to say 7th, but we can do 8th.
Well, hang on a second here, Tanner. Hang on. If you're floating around the idea of 7th place around, then maybe we can meet there.
Nico, why are you immediately just caving to him?
Sorry, you guys already said 8th.
I wanted to put it higher, but I didn't think Tanner would settle for higher. Is the thing. I thought he put it way lower.
That's weird because we're not really like doing a balancing game or anything.
I guess that's fair. 7th it is.
It's weird
guys.
that you would try and game it like that, but anyway. So here we go. The 22. Oh, we're getting close to the end now.
Yeah.
Thank God.
No person shall be elected to the office of president more than twice, and no person who has held the office of president or acted as president for more than 2 years of a term to which some other person was elected president shall be elected to the office of president more than once. But this article shall not apply to any person holding the office of president when this article was proposed by Congress, and shall not prevent any person who may be holding the office of president or acting as president during the term within which this article becomes operative from holding the office of president or acting as president during the remainder of such term. So this one sets the term limits on the president.
Dude, fuck this one. I want Richard Nixon to still be our president.
Yeah, I don't really care that much about. I mean, I guess it's more of like a corruption thing. Because if you're in there long enough, you're gonna build up a lot of people there that it's gonna make it really hard for you to get voted out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel knowledgeable enough to have a real good opinion on whether term limits are a good or a bad thing.
I think the term limits are pretty sweet, personally.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd side on them being a better thing than them being a bad thing. I don't think we've ever really had, I don't think there's many presidents we've had where we've really wanted them to be longer than 2 terms, anyways.
Obama?
Shut up.
I'd probably defer to you guys then, I guess. Where would you want to put this one?
I'm kind of mid on this one, to be honest.
I think it's pretty good. Definitely more in the middle of the pack here, though. I'd put it, over the 3rd Amendment, I'd say. Put it 11th place.
I don't know if I'd go that high.
What? The 3rd Amendment sucks.
I'd say maybe the 13th. Or the 13th place.
You're just throwing numbers out, Jackson. Come on, man.
Come on, man. I think it's better than the 7th Amendment.
What's, let me see. What's the 6th Amendment again? I think I'm going to side with Nico and say put it right above the 3rd.
There we go.
Okay.
Which
one? You gotta know you're making a huge mistake.
Okay. 23rd Amendment. The district constituting the seat of government of the United States shall appoint in such manner as Congress may direct a number of electors of president and vice president equal to the whole number of senators and representatives in Congress to which the district would be entitled if it were a state, but in no event more than the least populous state. They shall be in addition to those appointed by the states, but they shall be considered for the purposes of the election of president and vice president to be electors appointed by a state, and they shall meet in the district and perform such duties as provided by the 12th article of the amendment.
Dude, Washington D.C. always fucking votes blue. Fuck them. Put in 23rd place.
Well, hold on. I'm confused because Washington, D.C. doesn't get to vote for president right now.
But they get representatives in the Electoral College, bro. Come on.
No, they don't.
According to this, they do.
They do?
Yeah. Provided that Washington, D.C. be allowed representatives in the Electoral College. This way, citizens of D.C. would have a vote for the president, even though they are not officially part of a state.
Does that mean they count as one of the states?
I guess so.
Electors equal to the whole...
I guess entirely
This one's
possible.
kind of confusing. I don't quite get this one.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure. I'd say put near the bottom, though. Let's say, like 19th? How's 19th sound to you guys?
Oh, that sounds swell to me.
I don't fucking remember what any of these are. What would what's the one it'd be moving down?
It would be moving down the 17th Amendment, which is the fucking senator one, making it so that they're fucking directly elected.
I think senator is... Yeah, I'd agree that senator is worse than that one. 11th, can't sue states. Yeah, I think actually that's a good place.
Alright, sweet.
Alright, so 14th Amendment, or 24th, sorry. The right of citizens of the United States to vote in any primary or other election for president or vice president, for electors for president or vice president, or for senator or representatives in Congress shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or any state by reason of failure to pay poll tax or other tax. So this one makes poll taxes illegal. I'm surprised this one is so late. This one was not passed until 1964.
Yeah. January of 1964 at that.
Yeah. Personally, I'm the kind of person where I'd like to have some standards for who we allow to vote.
Hang on.
I don't think money is the kind of standard, so I do think this is a good one, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like upper middle tier to me. I'd probably go, I don't know, slip it in somewhere around 9th or 10th, probably.
9th or 10th? I'd be kicking out the 6th and the 10th Amendments.
6th, let's see. Lawyer is probably better.
The lawyer's definitely
below,
better, I think.
Yeah, 10th. States' rights. I'm fine with putting it at 10th.
Oh no, I'd slap it below that in 11th place.
Okay.
Jackson, what say you?
I have no opinion of this one at all.
You don't care about the poll tax?
No.
What?
That's fine.
Alright.
Alright, we only got 3 more to go, boys.
Let's go.
2 of them are pretty short. This one is kind of beefy, so...
Hang on. I can expedite the process here. I can expedite it.
25th just looks like it's more bullshit about what happens when a president dies.
Yeah, exactly. This amendment defined the presidential succession. If something should happen to the president, the first in line is vice president.
Was that not defined by the previous one?
I guess not.
I don't like this one so much, to be honest. Not a huge fan.
What's wrong with it, Jackson?
Listen, dude, you could really like a president or a running person, but not like his running mate. But because the guy's so good, even if he's got a dog shit running mate, and he dies, you have to use that dog shit running mate as the president, whereas you could have like a totally different candidate who would be like much better at the job.
Well, you see, like, this lays out, like, the whole succession line. So if, like, the vice president dies, then we know who comes after that. And, like, if that person dies, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, of course, but, like, the vice president's the big issue here. It's just some random guy. I think they should I think we don't need a president till then, man. Just hold another election.
No, actually, I think Jackson is making a very good argument here. Like, here in Texas, if, like, a state legislator dies, they just hold a special election and replace them.
Yeah, but, like, the president's a big deal, dude. Come on.
Yeah, but... Exactly, he's a big deal. And how he's elected is a big deal, so shouldn't we always go through the election process to select him?
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like we're on the same page then, I guess.
Yeah, I just think it's a down thing. You gotta lump them in together. You can have a lump of coal and a really good guy, you know?
Also, I got really annoyed hearing about the 25th Amendment constantly when Trump was in office because people thought there's a line at the end of this one where it's like, oh, the vice president can declare him mentally unfit, and if most of his cabinet members are on board, they can like just kick him out, and that shit was stupid and whatever. So fucking
yeah, people were like real on it about fucking Joe Biden too. People thought that they were gonna deem him unfit and get old Nancy Pelosi, not fucking Nancy Pelosi,
Kamala Harris.
Yeah,
I want
Kamala
this at
Harris.
Number 19, baby. 19.
Yeah,
You
this
wanna
one
put that
kind
19?
of sucks.
19th.
Let me see. I need to. What is 11th?
You'd be kicking out the
Nothing.
23rd Amendment for that?
Let me think. I don't think it's quite that bad. I don't think. Nah. What's the 23rd again?
That's the one about Washington, D.C. and their voting or whatever the fuck.
I think... Nah, I think that's probably worse than it. 12th is... 12th is that big long one about electors and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's on like the same fucking level as the 12th Amendment.
Yeah, so I'd put 17. Or no, I'd put 18.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'd put it 18 instead.
Yeah, right below that one.
One place higher, fine.
There we go, man, there we go.
This is the definitive one, you know? Mm-hmm. So that gets us to the 26th Amendment.
Yeah, real easy one.
The right of citizens of the United States who are 18 years of age or older to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of age.
Dude, fuck this one. It should still be 21.
Yeah, L plus ratio, this one sucks ass. It's not as bad as income tax, obviously. It's probably not as bad as prohibition. What's the 18th again?
18th was prohibition.
Okay.
19th is women's suffrage.
That's right. 17th, man, we had like 3 really bad amendments. Actually, no, we got 16th through 19th all grouped together. Just
Women's suffrage
really
isn't that bad.
Come on, Nico, come on. You'll come around eventually.
Let's see, 17th.
Yeah, I need to enter my fucking incel phase here first.
Is where they changed the. I put this one right below the 17th Amendment.
Below the 17th.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, that's fine. That one's okay by me.
Alright, Nico, give us one more updated look-see.
Here.
Cool. And while you're doing that, I will read the most recent amendment, the 27th Amendment.
This one's just last year, guys.
Passed in 1992.
It's just last year.
No law varying the compensation for the services of the senators and representatives shall take effect until an election of representatives shall have intervened.
This one's boring.
So it's saying that the representatives cannot change how much they get paid until after they're all elected?
Yeah.
That's boring and stupid and pointless. God, this one's... What a bummer to end on. This one's mid as fuck. Who cares?
Why does it have to be an amendment?
Why does it? I don't know. So, like, third is, like, the definitive mid... But third is at least useful a bit, so this is probably below third. 20th is all this shit about when the terms start.
Yeah.
And death of the president. I guess below that one, maybe. 7th. 7th is the $20 thing. Yeah, it's less useful than that one.
Yeah, definitely.
14th is naturalized citizenship and the representatives. I guess I'd say probably above the 14th.
Sure, why not? This
so
one's
yeah,
lame.
slap that one in 16th place.
Sounds good.
Place. Like, what a real snoozer for the final one. Like, it's
really.
so strange, like, what they consider important enough to be an amendment.
Yeah. So
they're so drastically different for some of these.
Yeah, it's pretty inconsistent for some reason.
Yeah.
But Nico, slap me with that most updated list, and I will read it out to all the folks at home.
I'm gonna do it, dude. I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna.
You should make a nice, cute infographic of all of it.
Nico, do you want to put your graphic design degree to use?
I'm already doing that, Tanner. I have a job for it now.
I mean, I was just being a little jokey jokester. We're all very proud of you.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Like, look at all the sweet infographics I've made for the channel. Look at this awesome background, guys. Whoa!
Whoa! Okay, here we go. This is the definitive ranking of all of the amendments in the Constitution of the United States of America. In order from first to last. We have First Amendment, Second Amendment, Ninth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, 13th Amendment, Sixth Amendment, 21st Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Sixth Amendment. Why is 6 on there twice?
You buffoon.
Uh-oh. What's missing, guys?
Is that supposed to be the 16th?
You also... No, because 16th is at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Is it supposed to be the 26th? It looks like... No, we have the 26th on there.
Huh.
This is not the definitive list, guys. We made a mistake.
Something has gone horribly wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, so one of them is missing from this list if we have 6 listed twice.
Yeah.
So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like we do... Oh, 7? Yeah.
8.
9, 10, 11, 12. Do we have the 13th on there? Yes, 13, 14. I think we're missing the 15th Amendment?
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing 15.
Okay, so one of those sixths needs to be the 15th. That hopefully that error was not there all along, or else this list is completely fucked.
I believe that I'm pretty sure I meant to put in 6th place there.
Yeah, 15th is okay. Yeah, that's the right to vote for race.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we put that one right below slavery. So yeah, that the 6th and 6th place is supposed to be the 15th Amendment.
Oops.
Okay, here is the corrected, definitive ranking of all of the amendments of the Constitution of the United States of America. From first to last, we have 1st, 2nd, 9th, 5th, 13th, 15th, 21st, 4th, 6th, 10th, 24th, 22nd, 3rd, 20th, 7th, 27th, 14th, 8th, 25th, 12th, 23rd, 11th, 17th, 26th, 18th, 19th, and 16th.
Hot damn, guys. Hot damn. I can't believe we actually managed to rank all of them.
I can't believe that took so long. Honestly, I do think we made a pretty solid list. I think most people would be very hard-pressed to disagree with us here. And, the only people that would really disagree with us are women. But if we just take away their right to vote, then we don't have to listen to those criticisms.
I personally thought you were going to say retards and bring the whole episode full circle, but you really missed your shot there.
I did miss it. Well, I can't recover it now.
You can edit and post.
Yeah, just crop yourself into retard in a monotone voice.
I probably won't do that, but we'll see. I guess, I did the intro. Nico, you tell them about the Patreon.
Guys, you'll never believe this. We actually have a Patreon supporter now, and you can join him. You can join Mistake, or whatever his name is, Adam Douglas. What's his name?
Jacob Edwards.
Jacob Edwards.
Adam
You guys
Douglas.
can join Jacob Edwards, our Patreon subscriber, who we are very thankful for, and you can be among him. And you have your name shouted out during the episode, as well as get access to a pre- and post-squab, special little extras that we do for you, very esteemed Patreon supporters. You get 500 slime coins, you can join our Discord server, you can even get the slime bot in your Discord server as well, which would be really sweet. You get early episodes, you get to recommend movies. It's awesome, guys, it's awesome. You get all of this, and even more potentially. I don't remember, that's everything, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Fantastic. Also follow us on Rumble and check out the Guapish website.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.